On this episode of the Rumor Mill, we talk about CES and how we're getting let down, but then intrigued all at the same time. On this episode of the Rumor Mill, it starts now. Welcome to this week's show. I'm your host, the All-Console Gamer. Take a moment to break the news. Microsoft Xbox assembly workers in China threaten mass suicide. What the fuck? This comes from Foxconn, as a manufacturing plant that is responsible for manufacturing the iPad, the iPhone, and also the Xbox 360. The suicide threat happened when Foxconn decided to close the Xbox production line in Wuhan, China. About 200 angry Chinamen, Chinese, climbed to the roof, the 6-story building, and threatened to jump. That's how you negotiate. Let that be a lesson to you, American employees. Next time you go to negotiate with your boss, don't just sit there and talk. Talking's for sissies. Get on the roof and get ready to jump off. I'm kidding. It's a joke, guys. Don't actually do it. The Chinese do negotiate good, though. Never trust the Chinese. You know, come to find out, none of the employees were actually going to jump. They're just up there to try to strong-arm their way in actually getting paid more per hour. After the protest, Microsoft did its own investigation into the protest and released a PR statement about it. The dispute is about the compensation, the staff, and also the transferring of employees, not about working conditions. Well, Microsoft, you got off on this one, didn't you? Wow. How do I top a story like that? Well, let's talk about the fake iPad at CES. Apple may have pulled a fast one on the participants at CES this year. In the place of the iPad 2 could have been the iPad 3. Rumor says that the iPad 3 looks exactly the same as the iPad 2. You know, we won't know for sure, only Apple knows. But one thing we do know is it looks like that Apple is actually trying to claim a share of the television market. Looks like it's coming later in 2012 or 2013, and it looks like that Apple is only looking at producing 3D TVs. And if that's not enough rumors for you, I have one that floors even me, the host of the Rumor Mill. There may be 2 console companies absent from E3 this year. Sony had announced that they have opted out, offering up any details about the PlayStation 4 this year at E3. And now it seems that Microsoft with the Xbox 720 will not make a debut at E3 this year either. So that solely leaves E3 to Nintendo. But don't think that the manufacturers aren't far ahead on producing their next-gen consoles. An article shows that Microsoft released their statement about not being at E3 just a couple days after Sony had released their statement. Are these 2 companies trying to bait each other to see which one gives out information first? I think that we're going to be looking towards next Christmas before these 2 consoles come out. In the video game world, an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto on whether or not Nintendo is in front or behind online play. Here is what Shigeru Miyamoto was quoted saying by one reporter. It's true to be said that Nintendo has been slow on online applications, and he thinks that it's been near 10 years or longer. It's been said that even before Microsoft entered into... Now, Nintendo has been involved with the network side of online play. Miyamoto tells the reporter that the difference between Nintendo and other companies is that Nintendo has always been trying to do something that makes sense from their business standpoint. So he can't tell if Nintendo is behind or ahead, just that they think that they are doing business today appropriately. So I want to know, what do you guys think about Nintendo's offering for online play? Have they improved the DSi eShop? Have they improved the Wii eShop? And have they caught up with their competitors? Or are they still behind? So go ahead and leave me some comments about that. Now, in closing here on this show, I want to let you guys know that the Nintendo Wii balancing board from 2007 to 2010 has sold 32,114,428 units. Like I said, the board is now in the Guinness World Book of Records. So I want to congratulate Nintendo. So Nintendo, go ahead and put that trophy right next to the one that you got for reinventing gaming back in the 80s. So Nintendo, if you need any help deciding on what old school franchise you should bring back for the brand new Wii U console is coming out, my vote, Double Dragon. Alright YouTube, that's all we have for this edition of the Rumor Mill. Until we meet again YouTube, this has been the All Console Gamer, and when you view, view often.